in the red helmet colour. A third place last time out. He's up against Scott Nichols here in heat number 11. Nichols in green, and well, looking good so far. A new look for a new season for Scotty Nichols, Jono.
Yeah, he's looking great, you know, very hungry out there on the bike. He's looking fit as well, you know, different colours, team colours, different sponsors. And let's just hope that Scotty, you know, we've all seen him do it, beat the best riders in the world. Let's see if he can carry it on to the Grand Prix this year, because it's sort of his time to start doing it at that world level.
Yeah, he's got what it takes, that's for sure. He just needs to do it on a consistent basis at the world's top level. Nichols off the inside, unbeaten so far for Eastbourne in the green helmet. Simon Stead, gate 2 in red for the Coventry Bees. Lewis Bridger, 1 point, but a precious one at that so far, off gate 3 in yellow. And Coventry's Andreas Messing goes off the outside in blue for the Bees here. Heat number 11, pressure on Simon Stead in red. Coventry need to get back into it now as we resume after the break. Nichols is there in green, and Stead has made a dream start. Now we've got a race on as Nichols looks up the inside. Bridger's battling with Stead. Nichols closes the door. Oh my word! As the Eastbourne duo come through, Bridger almost losing it again. Stead comes up the inside, but I'll tell you what, the way Nichols was there to dive up the inside of Simon Stead, the Coventry man had no choice but to shut the throttle off and say, get on with it, boys.
Yeah, I mean, Steady made a brilliant start there, and then Scotty had to go across the corner on the slick into the dirt. Lewis Bridger very lucky to hang on to that thing. I mean, it lifted, a very good bit of riding to stay on the bike, and you know, Coventry are looking in big trouble now.
Well, Scott Nichols following the script. How many times in professional sport, not just speedway, football, rugby, cricket, how often do you go back to your former club and rub salt into their wounds? This will be sweet for Scott. 3 wins out of 3, 9 points out of 9. And a big result for Eastbourne, because Lewis Bridger has pulled off a 5-1 and they lead now by 8 points, and that means Peter Oakes of Coventry can bring in a tactical substitution off a 15-metre handicap for double points. 8 points is what it's all about for that particular facility. If you go 8 points down, you can bring in a substitute for double points off a 15-metre handicap. But in all honesty, nobody in the Coventry team is going well enough to win races off a 15-metre handicap. Could we be on the verge of seeing an away win here tonight for Eastbourne? Nichols and Bridger, 5 points for them against Stead's 1 for Coventry. And the Eagles lead 37-29, and Steve Johnston, the side that you were with.
Well, Lewis, a very important 5-1 there.
Yeah, well, you know, I've had such a good start to the season, and I know I always struggle when I come to Coventry with like a few people on my team, but Cameron and Edward have really got things together tonight. They're going well, and started off on my Eastbourne bike, and it didn't really have enough power, and it was a little bit flat still, and I've changed to my slightly stronger engine. It's a lot better, but it's still a real handful to ride, and can't seem to get off a start. But you know, I was quite clever in the first turn, cut back, and sort of followed Scotty and followed his line round. You know, early on in the meeting I was turning a little bit too hard. You know, big thanks to Scotty really, because Scotty's really been getting me going, and you know, it's a good guy to get 5-1s. We've had so many 5-1s last couple of weeks at Eastbourne, and been on a real high. You know, I've got Poland coming up the next 2 days as well, so I wanted to finish off with a good race, you know.
It's your third full season in Eastbourne. I'm watching you around the pitch. You're all kind of looking really relaxed and really focused. You're obviously enjoying riding with Lee and Scott.
Yeah, well, you know, my first season at Weymouth was, you know, real fun and enjoying. My first year in the Elite League was just a bit of fun, and you know, I just, you know, tried to go out and beat everyone. But my second season sort of hit me a bit, and found it real tough. My third season, you know, I'm really focused now. I want to make the World Cup team. I knew it was going to be hard coming here today when obviously Simon Stead and Oliver Allen are, you know, obviously home riders, and the World Cup's here. So.
Well, that was a great last race. Keep it up. Thanks, Lewis.
Cheers.
So heat number 12 it is. There is Chris Harris, who has got a lot of pressure on his shoulders here, because time is running out for the Bees of Coventry. There's Lee Richardson. 12 off the inside in yellow. Simon Gustafsson coming in here. Simon Gustafsson in the yellow helmet colour. Gate 2 in red is Chris Harris for Coventry. Gate 3 in green is Lee Richardson, and off the outside a big ride needed from Stanislav Berza in the blue helmet colour. Heat number 12 it is then, and time running out for the Bees. And from that point of view, Steve Johnston, Chris Harris and Stanislav Berza really need to have a good outing here, but against Richardson and Gustafsson, it's a tall order.
Yeah, Lee Richardson looked like his old self again in that last one, looking very well. Simon Gustafsson, I think he's ridden brilliantly tonight when you think about his age and his inexperience. And yeah, really they're up against it. But this is where Chris Harris has got to really come. Oh, he lifted too much and lost it completely.
Well, Harris looped at the start there, but to be fair, he's level 3 of them all down the back straight. Oh, that was so close, and now the Eagles are on a 5-1 as Harris cuts up the inside of Gustafsson. How long will it be before these two are doing battle on the Grand Prix circuit against each other, I wonder? Because Gustafsson has cut back up the inside. The lead is with Lee Richardson. Second place is Harris. Third is Gustafsson. This would be a 4-2, and that would be a 10-point lead for the Eagles now.
Yeah, I've got to say that really now the Coventry Bees are in big trouble. I mean, Chris Harris is having a right go, but I mean, Lee Richardson looks so good out there. Fair play to young Simon Gustafsson as well. I mean, a rider of the experience of Chris Harris, he really... Oh, look at that! Nowhere to go. No, terrible crash. I mean, he hasn't got hurt there, but how he didn't get cleaned up there by Buzzer, he's very, very lucky.
That was a real
Look at
scare.
that. Look at the front wheel on that thing. It's just collapsed. And the forks are twisted, the frame... That bike's got to actually bend the bike like that. It didn't look like an awfully big crash, but watch this here. He seems to have gone all by himself. Oh, he's done a chain by the look of it. The way the thing stopped so quick, and there was a couple of sparks. And look at Buzzer has done. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's really been lucky not to clean him up there and hit his leg. Have a look here on there. You can just see a couple of little sparks. It looks like it's just thrown a primary chain mid-corner. That's why I couldn't understand. Yeah, there you go. Spit him straight over the handlebars. That could have been a lot nastier.
Absolutely, Jono. And
have a close look here. Look back on that yellow helmet colour. Bang! Yeah, that's what happens. As you're driving around the bend, you're more or less steering the bike with the power of the back wheel, with the engine. As soon as you break a chain like that and the wheel stops spinning, it threw him straight over the handlebars.
I can't declare
Here's
it
Trevor
because
Gear,
the
the
two
Eastbourne
riders in
manager.
front were too close.
All right.
I have to rerun it.
All I can.
Okay, thank you.
so, Margaret Vardy has called a rerun. Now, the rules are that you can actually award a race. You can award a race after the first 2 laps, and therefore it's my understanding that Margaret Vardy could have actually awarded the result of the race, but it was too close. It wasn't clear-cut enough. Gustafsson will be excluded for causing the stoppage of the race. But the most important thing is he's walking back to the pits area. That is the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Like I say, I mean, and Buzzer did well to just clip his bike on the way through. I mean, that's when it can be nasty. These bikes are only an inch or so off the ground, and when you do get run over by him, you hit with the bottom. Look, yeah, that's where he's hit the wheel. That could have been his leg or something. So, you know, really, they've got out of that very, very well.
And out front was far from over. Look how tight that could have been. Both riders very fortunate to be able to pick themselves up from that one.
The referee's been good tonight, but do you agree with the decision? This is how close they were.
Well, we need to see the footage a little bit further on, because as they come out of turn 2 for the last time, Chris Harris really had made a significant move on Lee Richardson. As you see it now, he'd got him right alongside, and that could have gone either way, and that's why this race is being rerun. If anything, Chris Harris has actually hit the front.
Okay, well, good refereeing. Chris Louis is with the man that was down.
Thanks, Jonathan. Yeah, I've got the unlucky Simon Gustafsson with me. Simon, obviously a mechanical problem. What actually went wrong with your bike there?
The front chain snapped. So
yeah.
no mechanical problem really. It just happened. Yeah.
Very unfortunate, because another heat advantage there would certainly have put Eastbourne in a very, very safe position for the meeting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, that's Speedway. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not.
No injuries?
No, I'm alright.
He'll be back for some more.